How's it going this morning? It's a nice cool morning. It's like 70 degrees out here in the south in August. Weird. Anyway, I was just gonna do this, but I figured you all might want to see what I'm doing. So let's take a look. I'm gonna improve the wiring on red a little bit because I've been having a few little issues. So let's take a look at what I'm gonna do here. Okay, this is where pretty much everything connects, and these are my fan wires. Now my fan box is way over there on the other side of the truck, and I've been having some issues with the when the fans come on. It's a huge inrush. So what I'm hoping to do is I bought another distribution block, and so I can run over to the fans over here. Also, what I want to do is here on the alternator, since I'm just using this 4-gauge wire, I'm wanting to double it up. So because that's a 130 amp alternator, and that's really it's pretty close on that 4-gauge for, you know, 130, 150 amps. So I'm going to double up that wire, but also I'm going to put a distribution block here, and then I'm going to run straight directly into my fan controller. That way I have very short wires into the controller. I'll have a large 4-gauge wire into here, so hopefully when the fans come on I won't have such a voltage drop. I mean, it drops all the way down to like 11.5 for a second and goes right back up to 14 right after the fans come on. And also I was thinking about it, I got to do a little troubleshooting, but I think one of the reasons I'm having such a big drop is I think I have the fans wired backwards, as the high speed comes on first and then the low speed, instead of low speed coming on and then the high speed. So I got to do a little troubleshooting on that to see if I have the right ones hooked up the right way. So we'll get back and I'll get to doing some stuff. UPS is supposed to be here in just a little bit with my parts, but I wanted to get some stuff started, and then when the parts come in I can finish it up. So we'll be back and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so it finally decided to be hot today. But anyway, we're about done. I have these 2 wires to hook up, which these come from the Sniper. But that ain't much nothing. I'll show you what I did over here. And so I put this in here, and I ran number 10 wires over to the fan relays. Let's take this off real quick. Okay, so on the fan relays here, you see that those are still tied together, so essentially each pair of fans is running parallel with 2 10s. So that should be plenty enough power for that. I'm hoping that it won't suck the voltage down so much. And then down here on the alternator, I have 2 cables. Now the one cable comes up, runs over and hits here, which that powers the fans. And then there's another one that comes off and goes back over with that one on the alternator, back over to this main one here. Get in here, we're into this main one. And like I said, I got the main, or this one goes to the alternator, that one goes to the fan, then to the alternator. This one here goes over to, let's see, that one. That's all the constant hots for the truck, headlights and all that stuff. And then it'll come up through this cable to the battery. And if you're asking why I'm not worried about it, that's where all the power is going to be. That's where all the power draw is going to be. The battery, the only draw really on the battery is going to be starting and then charging. Everything else will come off that point right there, which is actually technically the alternator. So that's why I only got this one wire going to the battery, because you really don't need big heavy gauge wire, because you're not running off the battery, you're running off the alternator. So that's going to complete this, and I'll do a quick run and clean up, hook up these last two wires, and then I'm going to start the truck, and I'll have the video in there watching the voltage gauge, and wait for the fans to kick on and see if I get a big voltage drop now as I did before, because it was dropping down to 12, 11.5 there for a second while the fans kicked on, and then go right back up to 14. I just don't want that big of a voltage drop if I can avoid it. And I think with running it like this, I think the voltage drop won't be as extreme. It should be some, because you'll have inrush, but it shouldn't be as bad as what it was. So we'll be back. Okay, so it's the moment of truth. So I'm going to flip this around so you can see the voltage gauge as we warm the truck up. So here we go. Right now it's showing, oh, just a little above 12. So let's go ahead and start this thing up. Gotta love fuel injection. Come down here and we'll watch this. Now the first one, it comes on at 165. So let's pause this real quick. Okay, so we're at 158. Let's sit here and watch this gauge and see what happens. There it goes. That wasn't so bad that time. Next one comes on at 170. It recovered a lot better that time. It would hang out. See, and when the other one comes on, nothing. Doesn't even flinch. So that's a lot better on that aspect of it. And it's rock solid. I still gotta tighten up that belt just a little bit. I think I need to straighten it just a touch. It squeals every once in a while. There she is. Just sit here and idle. I got a little more tuning on the idle to do, but it's not bad. I'd like to get it down to about 800 at idle. We should come up here to 180. That thermostat should open. It just hang out at 180. Maybe between 180 and 185, really. Yeah, see, that's just a little bit too high. That's some good fans right there. Anyway, let's cut that off. Get that noise out of here. Alright, so that was a little better. It recovered a heck of a lot faster than what it was doing. So, but yeah, a little extra wiring makes everything better. Anyway, guys, you take it easy. I got some other stuff I got to get done today, and I'll get this video up as soon as I can. So y'all go out there and get after it.